Ladies and gentlemen, Opposite Attractions proudly presents a new journey into imagination.
Welcome to Opposite Attractions, ladies and gentlemen, the show about theme park design that is technically possible. I am your host, Scottye Moore, joined this week by the chairman of the Imagination Institute. It's Jim Murphy.
I can't do a British accent, or I would.
Oh, it's okay. That's going to happen a lot when I do my pitch, so don't even worry about that, buddy.
There's no need for that.
So this season, for the people who liked us just randomly talking shit about theme park, like things that happen now, it's probably not, because we're doing a theme park all about ripping off other rides called the Asylum, so I think it's only fair that we spend our opening talking about Journey into Imagination with Figment. Which we've already done, technically. We did a whole episode of Fun Fiction about it, I realized earlier today.
Yes, I did think about that. The weird thing, the weirdest thing about the original Journey into Imagination is probably the film they showed in the theater next door.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't know about... Oh, are you talking about, like, where the Pixar thing is now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you told me I could fuck with that, and I didn't. I only really did my ride. What was the movie? Because I thought wasn't it Captain EO?
Well, no, Captain EO didn't come until Notes 86. So the original the original pavilion didn't actually open until, or their ride didn't open until, March of 83.
Okay.
But Epcot opened in October of 82. So for that first, 5 months, the only thing there was a movie in the Magic Eye Theater next door called Magic Journeys. It was also at Disneyland around the same time. And it was, you remember in season, the Versus season, when you had the little thing where it was like you could get drunk and watch Bob Ross paint?
Yes.
Imagine that, but instead of alcohol, it's hallucinogenic drugs.
Well, to be
because
fair...
this video is a trip and a half, apparently. I haven't actually seen it, but just reading the synopsis of it, of, seeing the world through a kid's eyes, and it's, some weird, trippy, and then a kite turns into a fish, and then it turns into a bird, and then it turns into a...
It's basically... Have you ever heard of Off the Air that Adult Swim does?
No, I have not. But that
it's on their YouTube channel. Its entire purpose is for you to get really stoned and watch, which I've done a few times, and every time I've found a backstory of no man, that cow is the master of the universe. That's why he's turning into all the other cows, and now they're all in space. Okay, so that's basically what used to be with Figment. So for people
there was that. Well, then from 86 until 94 was Captain EO. And then the captain kind of got in trouble with some junior
cadets.
Some junior cadets. And that's when they put in Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, which ran until 2010, apparently.
But there is still a tribute. There is still a tribute to Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, because Wayne Szalinski is in the queue line, and I think he's on one of the doorways.
Yes, yeah. Well, they made the whole thing do you want to go through the original ride? Because we kind of have.
Before we do, because some people may have just heard us two jagoffs talking about Figment and not really explain it. So I would like to give my brief synopsis of Figment, if you don't mind. So you go into this weird-ass fucking laboratory, and Weebo from Flubber is there. And then you go through your queue line, and then you get into the biggest ride vehicle to ever exist. It seats, I believe, 50. It seats 50 people a row. It's massive. Then you go into the Imagination Institute's open house where Dr. Nigel Thornberry's waiting for you. He's like, I'm going to teach you about your senses. And then a little purple dragon comes out and fucks shit up for the rest of the ride, and a butterfly disappears. And that's about it. And he teaches the good British man what's good about imagination throughout the source of the ride. So that's what Figment is. What was Figment?
I want to point out that, actually, I don't really want to point out anything. That was basically what the ride is now.
Yeah.
But see, so there was the original that had the Dreamfinder, where you would meet the Dreamfinder, and then he would, like, create Figment, and then you would go through these various rooms for the ride was way longer, like way longer. Like the area where you meet Figment in the ride now with the screens, that was like a third of the way through the original.
Also for the people at home who may not know anything about Dreamfinder or Figment, if you ever go into ImageWorks and see that giant 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea motherfucking vehicle, that's Dreamfinder's big old ship. That's just hanging. Yeah,
some people call it the Dreamcatcher. Apparently, that's not correct. It doesn't really have a real name. I don't think.
I thought they gave it a canon name in the official manga.
They might have. So there was a room for the arts, which was a giant white room, and like stuff would come out of the white stuff. There was a literature room, which was very scary, and I believe Dreamfinder played an organ that like words came out of.
Oh, it's horrifying. I watched the videos.
There was the performing arts room, which was like a costume stage sort of a thing, and there was like a laser light show going on in there. There was a science room, which was like a microscope showing things, sort of.
Like super close.
And then there was like the last room, which was like your imagination, and they actually took your picture in there and then showed it to you at the end. I don't know if you could purchase it. I didn't look that deep.
Okay.
So that closed in October of 98, and in October of 99, they opened which might be the worst ride of all time.
Yeah.
Which was Journey into Your Imagination without Figment.
That was the name. It included without Figment.
So the first part of that, and this is with the shortened track. So the first room, so I think the rooms aren't exactly the same. So that first section where you meet Figment in the new one is where you get your imagination scanned and you find out you like don't have any.
Wait, what? They just dunk on you? They dunk on you in the first moment?
Yeah, you go into a sound room, which is somewhat similar to how it is now, but not exactly.
Yeah.
The second area was about illusions, so it wasn't exactly the sight thing, but it did have the butterfly, although the illusion worked in reverse.
Oh, so the butterfly appeared instead of disappearing?
Yes.
Okay, and then also, I'm going to... That does kind of work, because you see hints of it left over as you leave. And I'm assuming in the sound room that illusion with left and right actually worked back then, as opposed to now where they're like...
I don't think they did that. I think it was more like they just, like it was a dark room and they played sounds, and I think they did the train at the end.
Okay, so it wasn't like right ear, that was in my left ear. Left ear, that was in the right ear. What the fuck? Okay, Nigel, get your shit.
So the third section was a color room, which was like they would show pictures and the pictures would correspond to a sound and color would pop up on the screen. It was really weird. Then there was the quote-unquote connections room, which was like a bunch of stars in the sky that would form into constellations, and one of them did happen to be Figment, so that was the one of two Figments in this version of the ride.
Yeah.
But they didn't mention them. It was just like, oh, you could see those stars look like Figment. Then there was the gravity area, which was literally the upside down house section of the new one, just not painted like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Did it.
Figment's not like taking a bath in a fishbowl.
And then you went and you had your imagination re-scanned and found out you had a bunch of imagination, and then there was a similar air explosion, and then a crazy ass light show was behind it, and not all the figments like there is now.
Okay. Well, before we get into our proposals for how we fix Figment, I pulled up a quiz just to see how well we know the ride of Figment. So
The new one?
I think this is all based around the new one, and it is 10 questions. So let's see. Question number 1. While walking through the line, you can see a wall with 3 big photos of the winners of the Inventor of the Year award. Which of the following is not represented on the wall as a winner? Professor Philip Brainerd, Dr. Nigel Channing, Dr. James Ployter, or Professor Wayne Selinsky?
C.
Yes, Dr. James Ployter.
I don't know what that is supposed to be a reference to.
I've got no clue. How many cars are attached in one of the red touring vehicles that you ride in?
5.
Is it 4? I thought it was 4, but I'll take your word for 5.
There's 5 senses.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I keep
And
thinking
when you turn into the first room, every screen has a different sense on it.
Oh, okay. Finish the first line of the attraction. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our special Imagination Institute drive-through open house tour of this amazing place, or imagination tour of the senses.
That's really bad. It's the second one, yes.
Yes, drive-through open house. Okay, this one's easy. Which of the following 2 senses are you unable to explore? I'm not even going to give you.
That would be taste and touch, because that would be hard.
Yeah, it'd be very difficult. In the sight room with the giant eye chart, there are 2 hidden Mickeys. Fuck, okay.
Okay.
One is drawn with marker in the corner of the whiteboard, but what is the other made from? Cables, headphones, oranges, or magnets?
Ooh, I'm going to go magnets.
I'm going to take your word, but I think it's cables, personally.
Okay. Do you not have the answer?
Oh, no, it doesn't automatically until the end.
Okay.
In the smell lab, what does the gray smoke on the giant slot machine turn into as you enter the room? Fruit, skunk, figment, or roses? It turns into...
As you go into it, it turns into figment.
I thought it turns into fruit, and then it turns like when you get the 3 figments coming up after it rolls.
Oh man, that is rough.
I think it's fruit. I'm gonna put fruit.
Okay, I hope it shows you the answers.
Fuck! I only read the first 2 and was like, this is easy as hell. Now the next one's like, what's been knocked over the kitchen counter and onto the floor in Figment's upside down house? Popcorn, milk, spaghetti, or ice cream?
Ooh, I'm gonna go milk.
I'm between milk and popcorn, but I'll take it. Finish this line near the end of the ride. I'm gonna answer this one. You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blank. Blast! What? Oh, God. This one's easy. What's Dr. Nigel Channing's face transformed to at the end of the attraction?
The moon.
He turns into the moon from the Mighty Boosh. Number 10. Finish this line of the theme song. One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation, right at the start of everything that's new. Imagination's helpful too. Combining thoughts to make things new. It's in the mind and inside you, or one little spark lights up for you.
The last one?
It is one little. It's no way it's not. All right. We got... Fuck you! I got it right! There's only 4 cars!
Huh.
There's 4 cars. We got that one wrong. It's headphones, not magnets. They turn into roses, not fruit. Oh, okay, now I see... Wow. They just put... I wish they'd stop the ride right here. There's so much to look at in Figment's house. But yeah, I understand what you said, milk, but it's ice cream. And then we got everything else right.
I really thought about ice cream, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
We got a 60%.
I need to punish myself by riding the ride next time I go.
Yeah. Oh, I go every single time. It's one of my
Dude,
go-tos.
what's weird? So what's weird is when I started working there, it was August of 2002, and that version of the ride literally opened in June of 2002.
Oh, shit. You birthed Figment. New
I
Figment,
think.
at
Let me
least.
see. Yeah, June 2nd is when it opened. So that they were really proud of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, didn't you say last week that you wrote it your first day?
Yeah, it was my on my Epcot orientation.
Well, Jim, we've learned about the ride.
Yeah.
But now we need to fix this motherfucker up real good, like. So, what'd you bring to the table? How are you fixing our good boy?
Okay, so this really wasn't my original intention when I told you that we could mess with the theater next door, but upon some Google map work, I really think my entrance is going to have to be through where the theater is now.
Okay.
So, I think the building could stay the same. The track and everything inside of it's pretty much gone.
Okay. Okay. You blew up Figment.
For reasons. Like I said, I think the outside building can stay the same. I don't want to lose like the jumping fountains or the upside down waterfall or any of that fun.
Yeah, that
fun
stuff's too
stuff.
cool to get rid of.
And that stuff is kind of away. Like you don't really when you walk up to the ride, like you have to search out the fountains. Like no, I want those to be like front and center.
Okay.
Visiting Figment. So this essentially my idea is that this ride would basically parody other rides at Epcot.
Oh, okay.
Or at least in Future World. So it would be like his way of saying like Figment could say that his imagination or like showing you how to use your imagination, but essentially like every room you go into would be a knockoff of some other pavilion.
Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot, actually.
So I think we would start out with like the seas.
Okay.
And I think the way that the easiest way to do this would be like a screen based thing, but with pretty good with high quality video to make it look like almost like you're actually looking into the tank that's in the seas.
Okay.
And you know how they do the bit at the end of the seas where it's like the fish from Nemo are in the water with the real animals,
and then like a shark comes by and you shit yourself.
Well, yeah, but the fish in this would all be like Figment.
Fishment.
Yeah, it would be fish Figment.
Yeah.
And he would tell you about just using your imagination to go under the sea or whatever.
I want him to give you facts that are not true. He's just trying his best, but he's failing.
The hammerhead shark is the cousin of the screwdriver head shark.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just he rides through with a bottle with 3 X's on it and a bottle of orange juice.
Yeah. Oh, I get it now. It took me a minute. I thought that was going to be the moment where you start going into the fucking World Showcase and he's like, come with me, I have the liquor.
No, I don't know how. So there would be the seas. Then I think we would try to do something with Mission Space next.
Okay. And Figment dies.
I just think it would be you know how for Guardians of the Galaxy they say that it's kind of a ride vehicle roller coaster, but it can also do other things. It's kind of like a motion-y.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what they say. That's they say. So I think that we would have to have ride vehicles kind of like that, so that in this area the ride vehicles would kind of shake or something to give you that spacey oh crap we're gonna crash sort of a thing.
Okay.
So it would essentially be you're in space, but then Figment screws something up.
Can I suggest something very, very quickly? Do you have Test Track?
I do. I don't know how I'm going to implement it.
No. You get back to Earth, the cart goes 60 miles per hour and then stops, and then Figment goes, and that was Test Track, and then that's it.
Well, I feel like there could be something because the entire point of test track kind of at the beginning is like that you're making a new car. So I feel like there could be something with that.
No. What
in
it
the
is,
ride?
you see Figment with his imagination construct the car. It shoots to 60 miles per hour. And instead of moving past the brick wall, it just hits it.
Let's see how to go. The next part would be Soren.
Okay.
And the way I would do this is that you would be going up a hill.
All right.
And you would be facing kind of backward. Like, imagine going up the tunnel at the beginning of Spaceship Earth, but backwards. Like so you're basically facing the ceiling.
Oh, cool.
And so they would project. It would be like a projection on like a tunnel.
Yeah.
Because I would want to do like a kind of a flying over like a little like flying thing where he's like, but it's like over a weird sort of landscape, like a trippy sort of landscape. But I really want the ending to be that you go to like basically the second floor of what is the building now.
Yeah.
But the sort of like, I don't want to say it's the end of the ride, but it's like the second to last thing is that you would turn around and instead of doing a like Spaceship Earth style reveal of seeing the Earth from like the moon or whatever the hell that's supposed to be at the top of that, you would turn out and you would actually be able to look out of the pyramid at the rest of Epcot.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it could tie into like, look at like somebody's imagination made all of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say since the Earth is our home, and that's kind of what represents like, look at our home. We look in it's Figment. It's a brain because that's where Figment comes from. It's just a giant brain. And okay, so
that would be the Wonders of Life knockoff if that was still open.
Yeah.
I do think that there could be like a Spaceship Earth sort of a thing to like basically get you back down to the lower level. Because I mean, they have like the purple demonic lights hanging from the ceiling.
Well, I was gonna say there needs to be almost like this is where you would connect it all. So like Soren starts you off to take a tour of the Earth, and now it's Figment going through all the countries you would be at in the World Showcase. So now you get to see Figment fuck with that, and then you go up further and further, and then that's when you get to the Spaceship Earth moment, and Figment says, "Oh no, I've gone too high," and then that's when you start fading back to Earth.
I do think that I think it's possible because I'm trying to picture in my head like, but I think the ground floor of the current Imagination building, and the ground like the bottom floor of the theater are about at the same level.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to go upstairs to get into the theater, and then you just go back down inside to seats. I haven't been in that theater in 10 years, 11 years.
I honestly forgot that you were trying to keep this in the same show building, so I was just like, make it huge! Let's go, baby!
There's not a lot of room behind there, mainly because of Soren takes up all the space behind. I mean, I guess, like, see, now, oh man, can you imagine, you know how, this would not work, I think, technically, but you know how, like, you ride the TTA and you could see into Buzz Lightyear and you could see into Spaceship Earth or Space Mountain? Like, imagine if you were in the back of Imagination and they went up a hill and then you were, like, looking in through a window at people riding Soren from the side.
Oh, shit, that would look amazing.
I don't think it would be technically possible because I think the screen is large enough that to sit at any, like, the Eiffel Tower already looks messed up. I think it would look way worse from any sort of angle that you put people at.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just Figment. Is there an updated name, or is it still Journey into Imagination with Figment?
I didn't really think of an updated name, really.
Journey into Epcot with Figment.
Yeah.
Well,
Magic Figment Journeys.
For mine, I decided to go a different route because Jim...
I wanted to figure out how to put Dreamfinder into this, and it was very difficult.
Well, the thing with...
his current, like, the person that played him, like, as a live action person that walked around Epcot, that dude's still around. He's playing Walt's Frozen Head in that movie.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Oh, that's
if you've ever seen a
dope.
picture, if you've ever seen a picture of a guy out front of the like imagination building with a Figment puppet, that's that dude.
That's really cool. Okay. Well, for mine, I decided to kind of flip a big middle finger to the people, because no one's a huge fan of I love updated Figment. Not everyone loves it because they're like, we want Dreamfinder back. They tried to modernize it and make it so lame by adding all this science stuff. And
I would also like Dreamfinder back.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't super duper hate on it. I wish it worked and wasn't like falling apart at the seams, but
yeah.
I would like to have Dreamfinder back, please.
Well, also, I forgot that it was updated in 2002 and not the mid-90s, because that would have made this joke work a lot better. But imagine, basically, that you're going into what is the current version of Journey into Imagination. But instead of the 5 screens, you still have 4 of them, but the center of them has the screen. But when Figment comes out, instead of just appearing on screen with Nigel Channing, this giant brick wall comes out, and then an animatronic of Figment shoots out, but it's not the Figment we know. This one, in true updated fashion, has on sunglasses, a windbreaker, and a skateboard. And he's got a fucking, a visor on that he's got tilted, and he's got Chico jeans on. He's the most 90s thing possible. And so I wanted to update it to be very 90s, much like,
The original did close in 98.
Close enough. Well, okay, so you've now got this version of Figment, and Nigel Channing's looking around like, What? Figment, what are you doing here? And then
Your kids, Marty! It's your kids!
And then a song starts up, and I'd like to think it'd go a little something like this. Hey there, kids. My name's MC Fig, and teach imagination, well, that's my gig. This Channing guy, he's one big spaz, so I'ma teach him how imagination's a blast. Figment, what are you doing? I told you not to interfere with the tour. Really, Doc? Come on. Hey, chill out, Doc. No need to fear, cause Figment's gonna show you new ways to hear. You got Figment in your left, now Figment in your right. Learning about sounds, well, it's out of sight. For every single thing that your ears are hearing, thousands of thoughts can start appearing. So don't just use your ears, use your brain, and take a step back and avoid that train. Oh God, Figment, how did you get that train in here? I stole it! That's my thing now. Now let's continue our journey through all the senses. Let's look at sight with some brand new lenses. I'm the F-I-G to the M-E-N-T, and with me, you see things differently. You see that butterfly? Just say bye, cause you know that Figment's all ready to fly. Control your imagination? Just say no. Let it run loose and watch me go. Figment, if you could please stop annoying our tour guests. They're trying to learn about their senses. Well, why didn't you just say so, Doc? Well, Dr. Channing here has caused a big stink, and that's what got old Figgy to think you want to know about senses. I say, well, take a deep breath and enjoy the smells. I got roses, chocolate, all kinds of junk. And for you today, I got this skunk, and Figment, no. You have absolutely ruined our open house. I'm going to have to cancel the tour. Hey, don't worry, Doc. We can always go to my open house. Well, hey there, folks. Welcome to my town, where Figgy done turned the game upside down. When I'm in my house, I get this feeling like Lionel Richie. I'ma start dancing on the ceiling. Hey there, Doc Channing. Don't you see that this is what happened when a Figment set free? Imagination is the brain's open house. We take stinking thing and turn it upside down. Well, I suppose you're right, Figment. Imagination is a powerful tool if used correctly. It allows us to find new ways of creating and lets the world make new discoveries. What'd I tell you, Doc? Imagination's a blast! So, what do you say? Well, if you can't beat them, join them. Well, my name's Doc Channing, and I'm here to say I love imagination in a major way. I can't believe how I used to think
Wasting your mind is a terrible thing. It just took one spark of imagination, and now the Institute's all full of creations. I can't believe I was so resistant, so let's kick it back to my main man, Figment. Thanks, Doc Channing. I'm glad you understand that without imagination, we'd be so bland. So take your thoughts and flip them upside down, and know that's where your Figment can be found. So find your dreams, live your truth, and let your imagination work wonders for you. You see, at the start of everything that's new is one little spark just waiting for you. You see, isn't imagination amazing, Dr. Channing? Well, Figment, it is quite dope, I must say. Aw, Doc, you whack.
And that's my version of Figment. The updated 90s version.
I need a tissue. I'm crying.
The updated 90s version of Figment.
The Carousel of Progress with Figment.
Oh my god, I want a rap battle Carousel of Progress right now. It would be fantastic. So yeah, everyone out there who's just like, they updated and modernized it. It could be a whole lot worse. We could have got rapping Figment.
The idea of the narrator from A Christmas Story battle rapping Billy Barty. It's just something.
So what do you think? Did I do a good job making Figment better?
I like that. Like nothing else on the ride has changed, but the audio.
Yeah,
basically.
It's the exact same ride. In fact, I'm gonna record a studio version and put it over somebody's video of them at Figment, and just sync it up perfectly, and we'll put it on the YouTube page.
I don't know if you could sync it up perfectly. You'd have to make some edits somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I think. It is a little short compared to the 6 minutes of the original ride.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7 minutes, so I'll just speed it up by 2, I guess, and that'll be it. But so we've updated Figment, Jim Murphy, but we need a new ride to update, and I really enjoyed getting to update this ride with a beloved small creature who everybody loves. So I wanna update a ride that I love featuring a tiny small creature, and it's E.T. the Extraterrestrial at Universal Studios. And no, your update cannot be to make E.T. actually say names correctly at the end of the ride.
I think I'm not sure, but I think that might be the only opening day ride they have left.
It is literally the only opening day ride they have left, and if they get rid of it, I'm never going to Universal Studios again. I love that ride more than life itself.
I'm sorry to hear you're not going to be going anymore.
No,
probably in the next few years.
For what?
They will probably. Who knows? It's Universal. They'll put a Minion dabbing in there. They'll do Fortnite the Ride will be in there.
They've already got a Minion ride, though, and it's not that good. You're lucky you dodged a bullet, because during your pitch, the whole time I'm like, Shrek 4D'd be a hell of an episode, but don't know how good that would turn out. Because if you asked, I bet if you tried to quiz us about Shrek 4D, it'd be 0 out of 10, my friend.
I mean, I could probably make some educated guesses. As someone that's never been to Universal Studios before.
As someone who, when I get drunk enough at a theme park, I can enjoy any ride, drunk me hated Shrek 4D. Drunk me stumbled in there, Shrek 4D started, and all the time I'm like, this fucking ride is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But, so we're updating E.T., Jim Murphy, but until then, where can people find you? On the internet.
I'm on Twitter at apparently smart. Just go there and check me out. Yo,
whack,
something.
wiggity wick.
Oh man, I did forget of something. Your 90s ride really had me thinking of the Timekeeper, because in the Timekeeper there's an entire section where they go to present day Philadelphia, and in the background is Boyz II Men doing Motown Philly.
Oh, that's so good. And of
Which
course,
is exactly what this reminds me of.
and remember to find me on Twitter at ScottyMo. That's SCOTTYEMO. Buy all my books on Amazon. Just look up Scotty Moore. You'll find that. So check that out and check out all the other shows online at aloadofpurebs.com, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, remember to support the pod, whether that by picking up some merch at merch.aloadofpurebs.com, whether that be donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/aloadofbs, like our Patreon saint, Ransom Meltzer. We actually are starting the big BS raffle Patreon giveaway. So if you donate to our Patreon, we're giving away some sweet swag. It's all going to be like Fight Boys related because we're having like a good live show coming up. So we're giving out a free deck of cards that I'm making, a free t-shirt from the website. And all you got to do is donate to our Patreon. For every $1 you donate a month, you get an entry. And then on, I believe it's going to be March 23rd, we're going to pick out someone and announce it on our Twitter account at aloadofpurebs.com. But of course, until then, remember to check out all the other shows online at opposite-attractions.com. And of course, find Jim and me on Twitter at OpAtShow. That's spelled OPPATTSHOW. Are you down with OPP?